Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, Republic Airways seeks approval for SIC Ops. USAF Kolligian Trophy awarded for the first time to female aviator. Workforce shortage debate continues. Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Republic Airways seeks approval for SIC Ops. For some time, Republic Airways has enjoyed a not-so-favorable opinion in the low-time flying community due to reports of it allegedly engaging in second-in-command operations on its single-pilot fleet, and those SICs later discovering that their logged time is invalid and cannot be applied to flight experience for their Airline Transport Pilot rating. Well, those woes may soon come to an end if Republic Airways gets its way. Mid-April 2022, Republic Airways COO Mr. Paul Kinstead petitioned DOT seeking an exemption from 14 CFR 61.160A so that it can implement a Republic-restricted ATP program, which they stated will align with federal aviation regulations' existing RATP requirements through a rigorous curriculum akin to the native military pathway training that's addressed in the aforementioned regulation, but will instead cater to the civilian community with less than 750 flight hours to engage in its Part 121 operations. In the 50-page document provided to the DOT, Republic Airways outlined their training opportunities as supporting underserved communities, and that their RATP program has a, quote, rigorous selection and admission process to ensure candidates are selected based on their aptitude as a pilot, end quote. And after the break, Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation announces new leadership and programs.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation announces new leadership and programs. The Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation is pushing past the woes of the pandemic and announcing new leadership as well as new priorities. Prior to his passing, Bob formed the Bob Hoover Legacy Foundation. He did so for one purpose, to contribute to the growth and betterment of aviation in perpetuity. He was a humble man despite his amazing achievements and had no interest in personal memorials or tributes to the past. ANN CEO Jim Campbell will again serve as the BHLF Executive Director as well as taking a seat on the Foundation's board. Women's Air Race Classic set for June 21st through 24th. The 2022 Air Race Classic will begin in Lakeland, Florida and terminate in Terre Haute, Indiana, June 21st through 24th. Organizers have confirmed 50 teams from 35 states, including 13 colleges or universities, and 2 teams with multi-generational members. Beginning at 0800 on day 1, 115 hopefuls will take to the skies, navigating some 2,548 miles across 12 states with 8 planned stops. NIFA SAFECON 2022 results are in. The National Intercollegiate Flying Association Safety and Flight Evaluation Conference 2022, hosted by The Ohio State University, has announced the winners of this year's competition. The top 3 scoring contestant schools and top pilots were from University of North Dakota, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Prescott, and LeTourneau University Longview, respectively. New location and format for Oshkosh Pilot Proficiency Center. The popular Pilot Proficiency Center programs during EAA AirVenture Oshkosh, where pilots can improve their decision-making and flying skills, will be one of the first major events in the new Pilot Proficiency Center, located adjacent to the EAA Aviation Museum. The programs, which are free of charge, had previously been located in a tent pavilion on the Four Corners on the AirVenture grounds. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. USAF Kolligian Trophy awarded for the first time to female aviator. Where's the ground? Where's the ground? No one wants to ask this question while flying. For Captain Taylor By, an A-10C Thunderbolt II pilot assigned to the 23rd Wing at Moody Air Force Base in Georgia, this question blared through her mind when she faced a looming crisis during a routine training sortie 2 years ago. The experience tested her capabilities as an aviator and her ability to maintain a level head. For her extraordinary skill and airmanship, By was awarded the 2020 Corin Kolligian Jr. Trophy by Air Force Chief of Staff General C.Q. Brown Jr. at the Pentagon May 11th. Quote, "I'm thankful every day for the professionalism, capability, and competency of airmen like Captain Taylor By," end quote, Brown said during the presentation. Quote, "The day she landed with 66% of her landing gear and wind in her hair is one she'll never forget. Today I was honored to recognize her exemplary performance," end quote. In April 2020, during a routine training sortie, By's A-10's gun experienced a catastrophic failure. Her canopy was sent soaring through the sky during flight and forced her to decide to either eject or attempt a gear-up belly landing. And after these messages, workforce shortage debate continues.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Welcome back. Workforce shortage debate continues. The long-lamented pilot shortage, further exacerbated by the arrival of COVID-19 and the measures airlines took to reduce operating expenses by jettisoning personnel through early retirement and furloughs, appears to be knocking hard at the other side of the cabin door. However, the ecosystem of mostly smaller manufacturer, maintenance, technical, and support staff are also feeling the pinch, and as recently as last week, their representatives have been trying to get the attention of Congress to address, quote, providing more training opportunities, such as apprenticeships through community colleges, end quote, in addition to more government investing in STEM education, reskilling current employees, enhancing training efforts by expanding the talent pool, and increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion in the aerospace and defense workforce. Mr. Eric Fanning, President and CEO of Aerospace Industries Association, an advocacy group representing over 300 aerospace and defense entities, highlighted their member-certified aviation services program with San Bernardino Valley College in California and the BAE Systems My Turn partnership as two examples of successful programs geared towards addressing staffing shortage. Mr. Fanning further stated that a reform of the federal work-study program may be helpful in reaching the disadvantaged and underserved. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!